In this video, I'm talking about some comments that Dan Solomon made recently. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up and subscribe. All right, recently Dan Solomon was talking about a couple different things. One thing was Greene and the Masters Olympia. We heard a while back Greene hint that he would be interested in doing the Masters Olympia, but he wants to be financially compensated. I would assume that means paying for his airfare, hotel accommodations, food, and what on top of whatever prize money he might win. Dan Solomon made it clear that they will not be paying Kai to come do the Masters Olympia. He'd be welcome to participate, and whatever prize money he happens to win, he can take home, and that's about it. They're not going to do this for him. I guess Kai feels that he'd be such a draw that it'd be financially beneficial for them to do it, which I personally think would not happen, would not be. I think it would be a financial loss, if anything. So, if anybody was holding out hopes of seeing Kai Greene in the Masters Olympia, that's off the table. For quite a while, we've been complaining about the backdrop at some of these shows, especially the Olympia. You got all these colors in the backdrop, which drowns out the physiques that are on stage that are being judged. Then you get these flashing lights and laser beams. Some of these productions have smoke. All this takes away from being able to really assess the body to its fullest. Like I said, if the physique is getting drowned out in its surroundings, it's not getting judged the way it should be getting judged. Uh, in the old days, back in the 90s, the Iron Man had a plain black curtain for the backdrop, and it was perfect. The lighting was terrific. Now, as far as the lighting goes, it's a little more difficult because I guess if you're going to have it in different venues, depending on the kind of venue you're having in it, I would think that the lighting has to be different. So it's a little more difficult to make things a little more universal with the lighting. But as for the backdrop, uh, like I said, the Iron Man had a plain black backdrop. We saw in the recent Detroit Pro, Fuad, he had a black backdrop, and he had the sponsors' names on the top. So when you're looking at the competitors on stage, they're not getting. They have a black backdrop behind them, and it just made the experience that much better. Now Dan Solomon sounded a little arrogant talking about it. Well, I know how to put on a production, and I'm not saying you don't, but you, there could be some middle ground. Somewhere between the old Iron Man days with the black curtain hanging in the background and what we've had on the Olympia stage the last few years. I understand that you need the advertisers, the sponsors to get the money for the show. saw it at the Detroit Pro. There's no reason why, when you have the athletes on stage being judged, that the background behind them is black. You can, like at the Detroit Pro, you can run the sponsors' names on the very top of the screen. You could, so people could see that, but it's not obstructing with the physiques that are being judged on the stage. And when they're not on the stage, at moments in between, light that screen up all you want. Go to town with it. During the pose down, you can have all the flashing lights and laser beams and smoke you want. But when the athletes are being judged during those moments, when the athletes are being judged, have that backdrop black. The competitors want it, the fans want it, and like I said, you don't have to go one extreme or the other. You can find some middle ground, and it would just lead to a more enjoyable experience watching the show. You can agree or disagree with anything I've said. Either way, let me know in the comments section. This is Michael Diamond. I'd like to thank you for watching Muscle Central.